Welcome back to the Sunny Stampin' Studio. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy Christmas card. It's the perfect design if you have a lot that you need to make for the upcoming holiday season. Why don't we get started? First thing you're going to need is a piece of very vanilla cardstock that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 inches. It's also helpful to have a stamp-a-majig, and the stamp set that I'm going to be using is the Wandering Words stamp set from the Holiday Mini Catalog. Now before I go ahead and stamp my image, I first want to position my designer paper onto my very vanilla cardstock. This designer paper is 1 3/4 inches wide by 1 3/4 inches high by 4 1/2 inches wide. So grab some snail adhesive and place a small amount of snail onto your designer paper and then center it along the bottom of the very vanilla cardstock. Now that you've done that, you're ready to stamp your image. So as you can see, I'm positioning the image on my imaging sheet where I want it to appear on my cardstock. I'm now going to line it up with the corner of my T-tool, and I'm just going to take a moment to ink my stamp. Now I'm just doing that off to the side because I don't want to disturb my main image. You do want to make sure that your image is very well inked. So once you've done that, you can very carefully move aside your imaging sheet and then take your inked stamp, tuck it into the corner of your T-tool, slide your stamp straight down, apply gentle pressure, and lift straight up like so. I'm now going to take my two-way glue pen and some Dazzling Diamonds glitter, and what I want to do is to very quickly apply a dot of two-way glue to each of the stars on around my image. And you do want to work quickly because two-way glue does dry pretty fast, and you don't want it to dry completely before you apply your glitter to it. So you're now going to hold your image over your glitter dish and just very carefully sprinkle glitter onto each of the stars. Once you've done that, just flip your sheet over and then give it a few gentle flicks to make sure you take off any excess glitter. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your 5/8 inch chocolate chip grosgrain ribbon. And I'm going to lay it across my card because I want to cut it about 3/4 inch bigger on either side. You can now go ahead and place some snail adhesive on either side and then wrap the ends of the ribbon around and stick them to the snail adhesive on the back. Once you've done that, you're going to need to grab some chocolate chip cardstock. Now I'll be right back because I forgot to cut it. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. Oh, phew. I thought I had forgotten to do that. So I'm now going to put my snail adhesive onto my chocolate chip, and I want to center and stick this on like so. You're now going to need a large button from the Playground collection. Now I'm going to thread it with cardstock, so I'm just going to zoom in so that you can see what I'm doing. Here you can see I have a sliver of red cardstock, and I'm going to feed both ends through the front of my button, like so. So you bring the ends around to the back, you want to hold them open. I'm going to take a mini glue dot and press my button to the mini glue dot so it's stuck to it like so. Once you've done that, you're basically sticking the ends of your cardstock slivers to the mini glue dot, like so. So your button now looks as though it's been threaded. You're now going to need to take your grosgrain ribbon. I'm going to zoom out here so you can see what I'm doing again. And I want a 4-inch piece of ribbon. Now because I'm not much of a sewer, rather than trying to use needle and thread and all that, I'm going to use mini glue dots to create my bow. So I've got a mini glue dot on one end and I'm going to stick that to the back of my ribbon like so. I'm now going to put a mini glue dot on the other end, and I'm going to fold it and stick it like so. So it now looks like this. It's kind of like a little loop, I guess, and it is about 1.5 inches wide. So next thing I'm going to do is to take this and press it against my mini glue dots and put one on the back. And then you can actually, what I'm just going to do is very carefully lift this aside and just put a little bit of snail adhesive underneath my ribbon to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take my ribbon piece and I'm going to stick it down like so. And then I'm going to take my button and I'm going to stick that to a mini glue dot, and I'm going to stick that down to the center of my ribbon like so. Now if you find that your ribbon is not quite held down, like you can see mine here is floating a little bit loose, I want to hold it down right there. I'm just very carefully going to pick off a glue dot with the edge of my nail, and then I'm going to stick that right underneath the ribbon and then press it down. So there, now you can see it holds my ribbon in place. So once you have that, you can flip over your cardstock piece and then do your best to very carefully apply some snail adhesive to the back of it like so. You just want to make sure that you don't press down too hard so it doesn't crease if you go over where your button is. So I'm going to align my card with the lines in my grid paper, and then I'm going to center this onto the front of my card. And you're done. That's all there is to it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I look forward to stamping with you again.